Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me on Sealed for Good. Today I'm talking about how to improve the waterproofing industry. This is a very broad topic, and so I'm going deep into this one because it's a very passionate one of mine. I've been talking about it a lot of late with officials, with authorities, with contractors, with suppliers, with architects, with designers, with builders and resellers, and it comes up all the time. And all the key stakeholders are responsible in this one, and this is one that I would invite some engagement and discussion on and comments about, because we are not going to get improvement in the marketplace if everyone continues to whinge and whine and bitch about things. We need to take action and execute. So firstly, there's issues that are growing daily out there, and what I'm seeing at the moment in the marketplace, and I'm being very active in these discussions, is that the current standards do not live up to what is happening out in building sites, all the challenges out in construction, all the trends of construction. And as I mentioned before, globally, I've seen what's going on around the world in terms of the US, Europe and Asia and Australia with prefabrication as well. And many of the ways we are building now, globally, we're doing things very similarly, but our standards are not keeping up with what's required. And so there needs to be a bit of a rethink on how that happens. However, our approach is you can't wait for the authorities to make changes, so you need to do them yourselves. And so whether the standards have changed or not, we need to encourage the positive conversations about waterproofing and get the awareness out there to the key stakeholders, and maybe those that are not as passionate as those that are actually selling waterproofing, installing waterproofing or manufacturing waterproofing. And I'm going to give you an example. We talk about builders a lot and needing builders to be involved in the conversation, and we do need them involved. But we need to put our feet inside their shoes, because a builder is about building, and the waterproofing is this much of their total care factor and what they're responsible for, because they're focused on delivering a building or a house that is functional and looks like it was designed. Waterproofers, waterproofing manufacturers and suppliers want to offer the solution for that small part of it. So we need to ensure that if we're the knowledgeable ones, how you impart that knowledge to your client and to the builder. And going out there and being a know-all is not the approach, but you need to actually back it up with how you are able to deliver on what it is you do, how you're able to deliver on what your product states it can do, and how you're able to deliver on what you sell. And I get this a lot, and I have this conversation, I have a deep, passionate conversation with many people out in the marketplace, and I love how industry are behind this, particularly those in the waterproofing side. But so many people I speak to will shoot themselves in the foot. And I'll give you an example. You know, when a waterproofer is talking to a client, and you're talking about doing the right thing, and then you've got some crappy product in your car or your van or on site to use it because you needed to win the job and use a cheap product and cheap price, no one's going to take you seriously. You need to be doing the right thing all the time. And so when you're using brands that actually have backup, have technical support, have actually quality processes in place, have laboratories that can test and have quality assurances in place, that is who you need to align yourself with. And I'm not talking about our company only. There's a number of good companies out there, from multi-corporates, internationals to locals, but you need to do it properly. No one takes you seriously using the cheap $60 bucket of liquid membrane and taking that on site and saying you're here to waterproof and offer the solutions. I say this as well to resellers. You know, there's a lot of resellers out there trying to do the right thing and encourage people and bring an awareness to the market about doing the right thing and how things need to be done correctly. Yet, then in amongst a quality brand of product they've got in their shop, they've got something that's made in some backyard. And who's going to take you seriously in that situation? What you portray and what you live and breathe is going to also impact your brand and your image. And so it's important when you're out there selling product, or you are trying to pitch to a builder, that they believe you. You don't want them to go onto your website or come to your shop or see your van if you're a contractor and then hear what you said. You've talked the talk, but you haven't walked the walk. You need to live and breathe it all the time, because branding in this, and I say this all the time, we need to get waterproofing treated like electrical and gas. No one mucks around with electrical and gas because it can create a fire. If waterproofing is treated in the same way and we look at only quality and quality processes, quality products, quality conditions, we're going to create improvements into the industry. And that's how it happens. Once you do that, you'll find that the conversations in the inner circle between waterproofing contractors, their clients, their builders, the resellers, the architects, the designers, the authorities, we're all now starting to talk about the same thing and improving the marketplace. And that way we eliminate all the crap that's at the bottom end of it, because this is not about how I get away with something cheaply. That line is the throwaway line I just cannot stand hearing out in the marketplace. What can I get away with? You can't get away with anything when it comes to waterproofing. You need to do it properly. And so make sure you're aligning yourself with the best products, the best support, and ensure that when you put your name on it, it's your name that you can back up and you can trust, because that is the piece that's going to count the most, and then people will believe what you're talking about, and that's how we'll drive improvement into the industry. I'm really, really big on hearing this conversation. You may have seen our GAP program. If you want to understand more about the GAP program, get an inquiry through to us, because this is the game changer for you as a contractor or a builder. But I'm asking everyone to start this conversation in the marketplace about how we're going to improve that industry and how we're actually going to improve the quality of waterproofing, and so it's taken seriously out there. And I'm serious. My serious face is on this one today. I'll see you next time.